crispy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I've been the review this time the Mezco John Wick. There's a lot to say about this, man. If you guys have looked around, you guys know what this figure looked like originally, and then you saw the final product. And I am among the people that are disappointed in the final product. So it felt like a waste of time because we waited over a year for it. But it wasn't a cheap figure either. And the final product that we got was really disappointing. So I'm disappointed in it, but I do have a plan, and I'm not gonna say it in this video, but later down the road you will see my plan in action. So here's a look at the box. It's made out of tin. I haven't taken out the packaging yet. It says Mezco at the top, John Wick there, and you can see the figure on the back and how he's supposed to look like, and it looks cool. So yeah, I'm not gonna go crazy into this. Let's open this up and give my opinion. He comes with two head sculpts, and this head sculpt right here has sparked a lot of controversy in the toy community. Again, when it comes to people in the toy community, I don't really care about their opinions and whatnot. For me personally, I have to get something on my end to really appreciate it. And looking at it, it does look like Keanu Reeves. I do think the forehead is a little long and the eyes are a little, small. But it kind of does look like him. I mean, the slick hair is back. He has a beard. It looks pretty good. It's not terrible. It doesn't look exactly like him. But a lot of the Mezcos, actually, none of them really, especially with the actors like on the Black Panther figure or the Thor Ragnarok Thor, they didn't look like them either, actually. So, I mean, they're kind of known for not having the best accuracy when it comes to head sculpts. This second one, a lot of people do like, and I do like it too. This one does look like him as well. You can see he has cuts on his face and whatnot. The hair is kind of messy and whatnot. The beard is a little darker. He's been through a lot, but this one looks really cool. Taking a look at the hands that John Wick comes with, he comes with this martial art hand. This one's more like a hand to the face kind. Then he comes with this karate chopping hand. And this one has the wedding ring on there. It comes with these two relaxed hands, then two trigger finger hands, and then two fists, and then this hand, which I guess is to hold the assault rifle or the shotgun, and then this one is to hold the knife. Comes with the watch. You can put this around his wrist. He comes with this chest to hold everything, and it's very nicely detailed. And then just to push it back, I only have the heavy weapons on there. And he comes with this assault rifle. It's dope. One thing that really upset me about the John Wick figure was in the promo images, these look a little different as far as like paint wise, but then when we got it, it came out a little differently. But that's another issue that I do have with this figure. And it comes with this like clip to hold the extra magazine for the rifle, if I can get my camera to focus. And then it has a bullet in there, and you can also take out the clip and then put it in there. And he comes with this, oh my god, I forgot what this is called. This is all from the Catacombs fight in the movie. And then this extra shotgun shell in there. I don't even know if it's a shotgun. It almost looks like a rifle kind of. And now this one is a shotgun, which I love. This one he had in the first movie as well. It has a pump action. This looks really cool. You can see the scope. Then he comes with these coins. And one thing in the movie that I really didn't understand was what the coins represent. Whenever John Wick does a deed for somebody, he gives them a coin. I really didn't understand what that meant. I think it's like, I'm not going to kill you thing. I'm not sure. But they do come out and they're all together. They don't, there's not like a single coin, which is alright. Not a big deal, but this looks cool. And here are all the guns or the pistols that he comes with. He comes with these two, and you can actually put them in there, which is really cool. He comes with these two, I don't know what you call these, I guess. I don't know, pistols, I guess, with the silencer on there. I'm not a gun expert. And then they all come with magazines. But the one thing that really does bother me about this figure and that I found really disappointing was the fact that you can't take the clip out. They give you an extra clip, but you can't take it out, and it doesn't cock back, and that really sucks. But they do have extra clips, which is cool. It comes with these 2 Glocks. I guess that's what they would be. And again, these don't come out, which sucks. Or cock back. It almost looks like a Marvel Legend gun. But it's pretty detailed, but again, not a lot of paint. He does come with this combat knife, which is cool. And it comes with these smoke grenades. Comes with 4 of them. And then the last weapon he comes with is another pistol. And this one, the clip does come out, which is cool. So you can have him reloading it and whatnot. But it doesn't cock back. So that kind of sucks. And you do also get an extra clip. So here's a chest with everything in there. Looks cool, man. Everything looks good. Close it. Use it for other figures. We're in good shape. He comes with 4 muzzle effects. This one came with blade. Always like this one. This one is dope. This is the standard one that all Mezcos, well, not all, but a lot of Mezcos come with. I've always liked this one, actually. This one works really well with lighting. This one came with a Special Ops Punisher, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I find this one really stupid. I mean, let's take this gun, for example. If a gun is shooting out, I mean, why is it shooting down here? I mean, this just doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, you can put it like that, but it still doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Even with the shotgun, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's put it in there. Actually, I think this doesn't really go on the shotgun. That's one problem I do have. This isn't really meant for this gun. Only some of these muzzle effects are meant for specific guns. Let's try it with this one. Yeah, it goes in this one. But again, doesn't make a lot of sense. It looks a little better here, but still doesn't make a lot of sense. And then this new one that they put in here is special for John Wick. It's really cool. This is more for like an assault rifle, actually. Something that's fast and continuous. So this is pretty cool. You can even put it in one of these pistols here, actually. And that still looks really cool. So all these are really cool, except for this one, in my opinion. He comes with his dog, and this one is really cool. He doesn't have a name. I don't think he had a name in the movie. He got it at the end of the first movie. But it's a pretty good looking dog. Doesn't have any articulation, but it's well painted and sculpted and whatnot. And you can use it in other displays if you really wanted to. And like all Mezcos, he comes with a stand and a base. It says John Wick 2. This does come out. It comes with this bag to put all the accessories in there, which I find very helpful, actually. Here's John Wick himself, and you know what? In 1 week, this figure has sparked a lot of controversy. I think Boog Nice was the first person to get it, and he did like a little unboxing review, just showing the head sculpt off, and you know, he wasn't too happy about the head sculpt. And I looked at it, and you know, it's kind of hard to see it on video, but it didn't really look like him on video at the time. But getting him in hand does look a little better. The main reason why people are upset about it is the suit, the head sculpt, and the articulation. That's just toy collectors in general. Me personally, the main thing really bothering me about this figure is the articulation. I'll get into that in a second. But you know, for a $120 figure, you would think that you would get pretty much like full treatment on this figure. I mean, great articulation, great suit. I mean, they used the suits and great articulation on the Gomez figures. I don't know why they can't do it for their regular releases. They had the same issue with the Vigilante Daredevil putting on the Joker body, which is what this figure is on. And the other thing that does bother me specifically is the guns. I mean, I'm used to most Mezco figures, their guns being able to reload and, you know, cock back and all that good stuff, but this doesn't do it. But when you look past all that, it's a pretty decent figure, just in my opinion. You know, getting it, messing around with it, posing around, it's a pretty decent figure. One thing that I had to do, and I recommend that you guys do this right now. If you notice his shoulders look different, well, that's because I took this out. This was what was in the shoulders. Look at this right here. This is cotton, and this looks like a band-aid. Like, literally, that's what that looks like. So what I did was I pushed the arms back. Well, I just took off the jacket, actually, and hopefully I can do this without making this too long. just took the jacket off, and you can see that in the suit there's like these slots. This is where this was. So I pulled this out. It was like stuck together with like a little bit of glue, and I took it out, and it made the shoulders a lot less puffy, and the suit lost a lot less puffy. And with that, you can actually move the arm up a lot more with the suit on, and you can move it this way a lot better with the suit on. I'll get it on in a second, but do this, it makes the figure a whole lot better. Here he is with the suit jacket off. Looks pretty good. The neck is a little long, but that's because his shoulders are pretty dropped down. It's pretty good. See the belt. Alright, let's get into the figure itself. The suit doesn't look terrible. It's not the greatest, but it doesn't look terrible. Their tailoring is definitely better on their Gomez figures. They are really good at Gomez. The tailoring that they had on Black Mask, the Black Mask that came with the Batman, was awful. It just didn't really look good. I thought it was going to be the same on John Wick. They fixed it a little bit. It is similar, but it's not as terrible as it was on Black Mask. The tie, I'm not the biggest fan of. It looks a little blocky, not very slender. You can see the buttons in there. And again, bear with me, I'm still getting comfortable with this camera. You can see the belt. And one thing that this suit, it just feels really like dry, like I don't know, it's very dry. And a lot of dust gets on this figure, so just be careful with that. Keep a lip brush around you. It's the back of the suit. This is where it just really looks awkward to me. When you move the arm up, I mean, that just looks really weird. Especially, you know, it's just really stiff, man. We'll get into that, but here's the shoes. And can you see his socks? Kind of. Yeah, the look of the figure isn't terrible. I will say that. It's not completely terrible. It does look like John Wick. But, you know, just with the aesthetics and, you know, all the complaints that people have, I can see why people are upset about it. Alright, let's get to the nitty gritty. The thing that pisses me off the most is the articulation. So the head, again, this is on the Joker body, not a very well articulated body mold. So the head looks up, kind of, moves down, and moves side to side, left and right. The arms, this is what really bothers me. So the arms move up that far. You can move them up a little more, but then it just starts to look weirder and weirder. And they'll only move about that far forward. So if you want to have them shooting a gun, I will show it in a second. There's no bicep swivel. There's a single joint at the elbow. This is what really bothered me. I thought, you know, with the delays, because this figure was delayed for almost a year, like over a year. And, you know, I'm thinking that they're going to retailer the suit, maybe add some more guns, put it on a different body mold. They didn't do any of that. Now, I don't know what happened. A lot of people were not happy about that, especially with the price point, the weight, and the fact that I almost lost this figure. Quick side note. So Mezco was having payment problems on their website. So if you put your credit card in there, it wasn't processing, so you got delayed, or payment failure. So that's what happened with me and a whole lot of people, and we almost lost our figures. And you know what? Some people didn't mind losing it. I did mind losing it. I just wanted to get this figure in hand to really feel how it felt in my hands. Pause. So anyways, he actually has pretty decent torso articulation. I found that out. It doesn't really move far forward, actually, but it moves far back, and actually it moves to the side really well. Actually, I didn't know that. It was side to side really well, actually. So you can get him leaned over, whatnot, but it doesn't really move far forward. He has a waist swivel, and he has a upper diaphragm swivel. His leg moves forward, back, and out. There's a thigh swivel. He has a double shoulder knee, which is good. His foot moves side to side. His foot moves up, kind of, moves back, and he has a great ankle pivot. So the leg articulation is great on this figure. And also he has a wrist hinge. Almost forgot about that. But yeah, the articulation on the upper half really bothers me. I mean, lower half is good. The torso right here is not terrible, but the head, the arms, and this upper torso is what really, really, really bothers me about this figure. This and the guns, but if you look past that, it's pretty decent. To me, this is the most important part of the review. How does the figure look while fighting? So, just looking at that, I just kind of put it in his hand. It doesn't look terrible. Let's look at it this way. Again, with this shoot jacket, it is really difficult trying to get him in a pretty decent gun pose. You know, it looks like he's shooting down, kind of, but trying to get it up, man, pause. It's really hard to try and get him to really move this arm up. It doesn't look bad, again, but you kind of have to shoot at an angle. You know, doesn't look bad. That's with a pistol. Let me show with a bigger gun. And actually, he doesn't hold the guns terribly. He doesn't look bad when he's trying to shoot. I'm trying. Just give me a sec here. Get the posing right and whatnot. And again, like with these single jointed arms, it's really hard to not break these wrist pegs when you're trying to do this. I almost feel like I'm gonna break it every time. I've never broken a Mezco at all, actually. And I really want to keep that trend up. I keep good care of my Mezcos. I'm not one of those collectors that scalps and anything like that. I post my figures, but I take good care of them also. Like, look at that, man. It doesn't look bad. I mean, you can try and move this up a little more. Come on, man. It does not look bad. So, it's not terrible. I do like this figure a lot, but there are a lot of problems I do have with this guy. Alright, size comparison time. So, it almost feels like the same feeling I got when I got this figure. I really wanted him. A whole bunch of nonsense. I love the Daredevil show. I entered a raffle, lost. Had to get on eBay and found it. And got it at a good price, and I have it in hand. I already knew what I was getting into, but just having this figure in hand made me happy. Same feeling with this guy. And this is how I first got introduced with the Joker body mold. The articulation on this guy is pretty much terrible. I hate the body mold. Just these arms are really bad. But when you look past all that, it is a pretty decent figure. It does look good in fighting poses, and looks good standing up. Same thing with John Wick. You know, when you look past everything that the figure has problems with, it is a pretty decent figure. I brought out Spider-Man. I do love this Spider-Man. I think this is one of Mezco's best figures, actually. Best articulated figures, excuse me. You know, just the articulation on this guy alone is incredible. I know this is a much smaller body mold, but if they use one of the, like, Black Spider-Man or the regular release of Spider-Man, I think this would have worked a little better for John Wick, because he's a more slender guy. And this is the same, well, not this one, the Spider-Man body mold is what they use for Gomez and whatnot, but yeah. And here he is next to Mezco Punisher, which is actually my favorite Mezco of all time, and Marvel Legends suited body mold. So, you know what? I don't know how I'm gonna mix and match between figures. The only one I really have that can work as a goon is Punisher. Just take off the vest and the head and whatnot and just use it as a regular guy. But we don't really have a lot of goons, per se, for Mezco that John Wick can fight. So maybe we'll get like a suited body mold that we can really use and just, you know, have John Wick fight. But, you know, it could kind of work with the Marvel Legend. I don't really like mixing toy lines together, but it can work. So, you know what? I do like this figure a lot, man. But despite the problems, he's a pretty decent figure. So that's John Wick. I'm gonna give this figure a 7. And you know what, man? I really do like this figure, surprisingly. I thought getting it in hand, I was gonna be like, yeah, you know what, screw this figure. I'm upset that I bought it, especially with the wait time and the money that I spent on him. I thought I was gonna hate it even more. But if you look past all the flaws, because this figure is flawed, but so are most action figures, actually. It's a pretty decent figure. Hopefully, John Wick 4. Keanu Reeves does want to do a John Wick 4. And though the studio has talked about doing a John Wick 4, it'll be a missed opportunity by Mezco or any toy company of not doing another John Wick. And hopefully on that one, they'll do it on a completely different body mold. I know there's no way they don't know that people are upset about this figure. But the complaints that they get, you know, people complaining and screaming on the internet and making all these memes, John Whack and stuff like that. you know, I know they know that people are upset. So hopefully down the road we'll get another John Wick, and that everybody can get it. I don't like being a selfish collector. I want everybody to get everything. You know, I hate scalping. I hate, you know, all that nonsense. So hopefully we'll get another John Wick that's even better than this one. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Sorry this was a long video, but I needed to get it out. Alright guys, thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you later. Peace.